So the Figma Makeathon is now live, and it's challenging designers from all around the world to see what they can create for a grand prize of $50,000. If you enter, you also get a free pro license to Figma for the course of the hackathon. So I'll link to all of the details in the description below. But in this video, I wanted to bring you guys along to share my workflow and for you to have a first look at Figma Make. First place, the grand prize is $50,000, which is pretty crazy. Second place, $15,000. Third, $7,500. $10,000 to the most creative idea. $10,000 to the most innovative, and $7,500 for the best Figma Make prompt. So there's a lot of prizes there. So like, it'd be amazing to win any of them. What's super cool is during this hackathon, if you sign up, you get Figma Pro for free for the full length of the hackathon. And so let me find the dates. So it's powered by Contro, and maybe it's this one here. Yeah, here we go. So you can register now on the day that I'm filming this, and so it runs from September 3rd to September 10th 2025. So look, let's jump in. I've got a few ideas, so let's see how they go. So I'm going to jump across to Figma. I'm going to create an artboard, and let's make it desktop. And basically the basis of my idea, I just wanted this fun little game, like a really simple game, which is like beer pong. And so there's a little ping pong ball, a little plastic red cup, and you can just kind of tap the ping pong ball around. And once you get it in the cup, it moves and starts again. So you start to keep a little score count in the bottom right. And basically my idea is kind of similar to whether it's on Chrome or Safari, when you lose your Wi-Fi and there's that little, I think it's a horse, I'm not sure what it is, and you go along jumping the little obstacles until it turns back on. So it's a bit of a brain rot sort of game, but just something small, addictive and playful. So something simple basically that we can test out in Figma Make. So to begin, I'm going to give it a background. So let's give it a fill. So I'm going to draw a rectangle here, and I want a pattern. So I'm going to change this to pattern. Pattern. And actually I quite like just the dots as it is. I know you can specify the type of pattern and create that, but I quite like just the default pattern that it's given me here. So let's stick with that. I think it stays, we'll see. Otherwise we can recreate this. I'm also going to give it a fill. So let's give it a gradient fill. Let's make it radial. So if it go white to like a soft grey. And the problem here, I can never see it. So let's make it red. Oh yeah. So that's correct. Let's make it that soft grey again. Something like that. And I'm going to adjust the radius. So it's round. Again, I can't really see it. So I'm just going to bump it up. Oh, here we go. It's because we're on 20% opacity. Okay, cool. Okay, nice. We can see that now. Cool, so I'm going to change that back to grey, and I'm going to put that behind our pattern. Nice. Okay, so let's create our cup. So I'm going to use a little magic icon down here. I'm going to go make image, and what's really cool is actually they've got Nano Banana now integrated into Figma. So I'm going to type in red plastic beer cup. Or maybe I'll just go cup play model rendering. Let's go make and let's see how that looks. So it's definitely clay. I kind of wanted a bit of a softer rendering. It's isolated, a white background. Look, actually I don't mind the clay cup. Let's make it so it's a little bit more 2D. So I want it front facing angle. And go edit image. Okay, so it's taken it back to just a normal plastic cup. Okay, let's stick with that for now. And you can also go back in here, and I'm going to go remove background. Cool. So there is our cup. So I'm going to put them in the middle for now. I might come back and explore some other styles for that later, but I think that's fine for now. Next we want to create our ball. So I'm going to draw a circle. And what colour are ping pong balls? Going here. Oh yeah, so this one's quite nice. Sort of soft orange, yellow. So I'm going to change the fill to a radial, and I'm going to change the inside colour. Let's move this to that, and then I'm going to change the outside colour to that slightly darker, and we can delete that. So there is our little ping pong ball. I'm gonna shrink that down, maybe a little bit bigger. Yeah, that looks about right. And I'm just gonna have him sitting over here. Okay, cool. Now we need a little score tally. So I'm gonna add some text. It's gonna be score 1. Let's go 0 for now. Bump him up. Let's make him medium and reduce the letter spacing. And I'm gonna put him about there. Let's change the color to, let's make it OA, just a slightly softer black, barely noticeable. And actually, I think he's a little bit big. It's kind of subtle in the corner. So I want this kind of nostalgic, simple game sort of style to it. Cool, and I'm gonna copy him, and then I'm just gonna put new game, or maybe reset. Yeah, because I think we want to click reset if the ball gets stuck or if it glitches. So this is going to be a button. So I'm just going to make this an auto layout, give it some padding, and then give it a stroke. Okay, we're going to make it OA, and let's round those corners. Cool, and so I think it needs a little bit more padding. I don't know, is that too big? It might be. Let's make it 12. 24. Yep, okay, cool, and yep, and that's the right color. Sweet, so let's just put these in a container. So I'm going to select them both, Shift A to create an auto layout, and I'm going to have them full width of this container and to the bottom. Now we can give it some padding, so let's go 32 by 32. 32 on just the bottom, and we want that anchored to the bottom of the page. So let's hide this so we can see it a little bit better. Cool, so I think that's coming along. I also want to give this game a name. So obviously Pong comes to mind, but that's already a famous game. So let's ask chat. So ideas for game name. It is basically beer pong on the computer where you hit the ball into the cup. I like Pong, but it is taken single word short names. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. Cups, chug, sink. Sink's not bad. Flip, toss, boink, plink, gulp, bink. Slang for clean, yeah. Chug, sink. Okay, let's go with sink. See how that looks. So I'm gonna add the type tool, sink, and basically what I want to do, I'm gonna make this bold, and I'm going to scale this right up. So I want this huge, basically the width of our container. Actually, I'm going to right click, outline stroke, and now we can scale that a little bit more accurately, and I'm going to put this in the center. I'm going to make the color gray, using that same F1 hex code, maybe a little bit darker. What do we think? Might make it a gradient. So let's have the gradient. Why is that not working? I want to change the direction of it. Here we go. So we want one color at the bottom and one color at the top. Cool. So let's go, the bottom is going to be F1, and then the top, what do we got? I just want this sort of subtle, yeah, something like that. Cool, and I actually want that behind the pattern. So let's cut that. Let's go to our layers. So here is, this is our desktop. We'll put it in here. So where is, that's it there. Okay, so I'm going to Command Z, okay. So we're going to have to make this pattern background to overlay it. So where is it? Here. Cool. So I'm going to remove that, and I'm just going to draw a rectangle over top, and I'm going to make this a pattern. But this time I'm going to draw a little circle about the same size as what we've got there. And now if I select that frame that had the pattern, and I can now select my source, I'm going to click. Cool. And we just need to make that spacing bigger. Let's blow that right, and let's go 650. Okay, cool. So now that is overlapping text, and I'm going to make it a little bit lighter. Let's go 85%. Cool. And I just noticed this isn't within our frame, so I'm going to select our frame and paste that in there. And where's our ball? Okay. Actually, what we need to do is name our layers. So what do we got? So this is our cup, this is pattern background, this is text, And we've got, what's this? Oh, this is, what would you call this? Sort of your like dashboard, your controls. Oh yeah, let's call it scoreboard. And then this is your control. Let's call it button, score, and this is our ball. We want our ball at the top. And then what's this? This is our background. We're going to call this one actually pattern overlay. Okay, cool. So look, that is the basis of the game. And so let's see if it works. So if we create a new tab, new file, and we're going to go Figma Make, okay, and so you can add an attachment, you can select a library. So I don't have any libraries. So let's export. I wonder if you can copy this. I'm going to Command C on the frame. Oh, you can. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So let's type in our prompt. So what do we want to make? So we've got, I saw this. So this is basically the framework that they have recommended using. So we need to create a task, context, expected behavior, and constraints. So, okay, so let's go to ChatGPT and it's going to help us out. Okay, so I'm going to go make me a prompt following the structure. Task, context, what else was it? Task, context, expected behavior, and constraints. Expected behavior and constraints. So basically, I want to make a game that allows you to a ball. Let's go a ping pong ball with the mouse, and the aim is to get it in the cup. I'm sorry, this might be painful to listen to. And so we want it to get it in the cup. Once you get it in the cup moves to a new location. The ball should follow standard physics and bounce off the walls of the web page. And I want the mouse to, I don't want you to have to click, I just want you to sort of hover and move your mouse around and sort of tap it. So no click needed to move the ball, just have to touch/hit it with your mouse. Cool. What else do I need to write here? I guess I'll write score, keep in the bottom right, tallies many times you've got it in, and a reset button if the ball gets stuck anywhere. Okay, let's see what that creates. Okay, so the context, so the game should take place inside a browser window. Single ping pong ball is always on the screen. Ball moves with physics, bouncing off screen edges naturally. Red plastic cup appears at random location on the screen. The player moves their mouse to hit the ball, no clicks required. When the ball enters the cup relocates to a new position. Ball reacts to contact with the mouse as if the mouse is a paddle. Yeah, that's good. Cup registers a score when the ball enters it. The score displays in the bottom right corner, incrementing with each successful shot. A reset button is available to reposition the ball if it gets stuck. Cool. Constraints: the ball physics must feel real. Velocity, direction, bounces. The game's direction directly in a web page. Probably don't really need that. The cup appears fully visible and within screen bounds. Keep the UI minimal. Okay, cool. So we could probably delete some of the constraints, but I'm going to copy that. Oh, and this is the task, I missed that. So create a simple browser-based game where the player uses their mouse to hit a ping pong ball into the cup. Okay, so let's copy that. Head across to Figma. I'm going to paste that in. Oh, does it do bullets? Not really. Okay, so I'm just going to tidy this up. Okay, so I've tidied that up, and now we can also go back to our design, and I'm going to copy that frame, and then I'm guessing you can just paste it in there. Oh yeah, cool, so it's added it as an attachment. And then I guess I'm just going to hit the button, and it's going to think, it's thinking, and it's going to build our idea. So I'm excited to see what it does here. So you can see it's now doing some reasoning. So it's sort of talking you through its thinking. So it's going to create a ping pong ball game that uses Figma design while adding interactive physics and scoring functionality. The game will preserve the visual layout while making the ball respond to mouse movement and implementing realistic physics. So it sounds like it understands what to do, and now you can see it's writing all of this code to make this work. Cool, and it says it's made it. Key physics, physics-based ball movement with velocity, friction, and realistic wall bouncing. Okay, cool, so where is it? How does this look? It doesn't look like anything yet. We're just waiting, I guess. Hello world, looks like it's frozen. Do I give it a thumbs down? Do I give it a second? Dynamic. That's great. I'll put a thumbs down. See if it changes. No, it looks like it's frozen. I wonder what's gone wrong. What do I do? Okay, so I'm just gonna move me. Maybe I'll ask for some changes. I'll just say not working. Press go. User says not working. Okay, it's taking a look at the file. Look, I hope this is a reasonably simple file, so now I can set the issue, the SVG. Okay, it looks like it's doing something. Okay, we're back. So I just had to play around. I just had to close it and restart it. And look, here we are here. It actually looks like it's working. It doesn't seem to be grounded, so it does sort of just move around, but it, like, as you can see, it sort of bounces off the wall quite nicely. Let's just move me back over here. So like, first look, like it's actually working, which is really impressive. You can see my container's just a little bit off. I can scale that down a bit. Where's the ground? Let's change the view, so you can change. So this should be for desktop. How's that? Oh, so it went in. Look at that. Oh, here we go. It went in again. So it's not actually going in the cup. So that's something I'd probably change. But like, it's close. Boom. It's quite satisfying. It's got the physics actually quite nice. And I don't mind it not sinking to the bottom. Like, I quite like it just sort of bouncing around. And actually this kind of reminds me, you could make a little mini golf game. So this is kind of your top view, and you could have like fun little mini golf tracks. So maybe I'll try that next. I think that's a good idea. Just like randomize mini golf obstacles, and you could do some really cool sort of styles, and then just sort of tap the ball around into the hole. You could have a whole little series of these actually. So you got like beer pong, you have mini golf, just little fun mini games for your computer. So this is quite satisfying, even just moving it around. Like, it responds really nicely. Okay, so it's above, and then boom, it's in. So it'd be more satisfying if it went in the cup, but obviously it's just an image, so you might have to generate like a vector graphic. Boom, boom, boom. I'm thinking mini golf would be cool, because then you can keep track of your par as well, rather than me just whacking around the screen like this. Like, you could be a little bit more strategic about your hits. Anyway, so I've been playing with this for a little bit now. Like, achieved what I wanted. I wanted this sort of addictive little game. Let's see what reset does. Okay, so reset button doesn't work currently. So you can make additional changes. So this is where I'd start to refine it. So look, I'm going to move me over here so I can get to, so let's see, update the reset button to reset the position of the ball and the cup when clicked. Cool, and then press the little arrow. So now it's going to do some reasoning, and look, I guess I could play around with this in the meantime as well. So it's pretty cool. It's done, like, it's used my design. It seems to have lost the pattern, so I might have to look at that and see what's happened. But the rest of it is accurate. And look, it's made the change, reset. Oh, there we go. So it's just a little bit off, reset. Oh yeah, so that resets the ball, so I can hit that again. Reset, and it puts it down there. Oh, cool. So it's doing what I've asked. Obviously just a few changes getting the parameters of a container. But look, overall pretty impressed. Like, it did it first round. I haven't had to make too many changes. So you can see if you start to play around with the prompt and refining this, you can actually get a pretty refined prototype. And then you can see if we go up here, we can jump across to the code. So I'm no developer, so look, I'm not sure how this works. You'd copy and paste this code somewhere. Import, use. So I don't know if this code works outside of Figma or what language it's using. If you know, let me know in the comments. It would be good to know. I'll definitely look into how I can copy and paste this over to like a website or a browser so we can host this outside of Figma. But this has been a great first trial of Figma Make, and it's given me a few ideas of other concepts that I want to try. Like I said, that mini golf idea I think could be quite fun, so I might have a go at that. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a longer format than my usual, but it gives a little bit of an insight into my workflow, and you can see the new Figma Make So look, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.